That's me, Dick Strawbridge, my darling wife Angel, and our two beautiful children. Nearly 3 years ago, we upped sticks for a whole new life in France and bought this magnificent chateau. We've been doing it up ever since.
Oh, baby, you're so strong.
Turns out we're not the only ones.
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
Dozens of Brits are taking the plunge to rescue these stunning buildings.
Oh. What amazing colours.
We need to get on top of it, get on top of the goats.
In this series, we'll reveal more on how we're running our chateau as a business.
Back on dry land.
I'm still finding things that I haven't seen.
And we'll help these daring families run theirs.
Here's to the meeting of two like-minded couples. Cheers. Cheers.
As they face the highs...
I'm absolutely terrified.
...and lows.
It's extremely expensive. It's financial suicide.
...of running these gorgeous buildings as everything from B&Bs to beautiful wedding venues.
Owning a chateau isn't glamorous. Anyone who thinks it is delusional.
Today, when two new parents face a mammoth task trying to get their chateau ready for the holiday season...
I don't know if we can get everything done in time.
They call in support.
I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't realise I was going to be moving paving slab all day.
Or at least they thought they had.
We don't actually know if he's ever really done a full day's work in his life before.
One chateau couple gambles everything on a new menu for their guests.
It's not going fantastically well.
But things start to get heated.
It's really quite hot.
And when I get the call to help one woman search for some buried chateau booty...
Dick, come and find the treasure for me.
We find ourselves a bit tangled up.
You want to go further in?
I am in the trees.
Hold on.
This is the beautiful Chateau de Ribignac. It was built in 1560, and it's run as a B&B by Patrick.
Put all these down here.
And his wife, Colette.
So the place we call home is over 500 years old, and we're the 5th family to live here, and it's been partly destroyed by fire twice.
Located in the Limousin region of France, it has 4 suites and a couple of cottages for rent within the massive 36-acre grounds.
The grounds that we have here are about the same size as the park I used to take the kids to when we lived in London.
Colette loves everything about her chateau, except for one thing, her kitchen.
We've been discussing the new kitchen for about 14 years. When that will happen, I don't know. Hopefully...
You promised me this autumn.
Hopefully the end of this year.
We don't ever make a fortune here, but what happens is any money we make during the season gets put back into the house. If we have a good summer season, then it'll be the kitchen. Is hopefully how it will work.
And a new kitchen will make it easier to create the dinners Colette makes for her guests.
We didn't envisage that the food would be such a large part of the way we run things and the way people enjoy the place. People just would want dinner all the time, every night, whenever it was on offer.
I think that the meals in the evening are what makes the whole place gel.
Today, Colette is shopping for the ingredients for a 5-course meal for the 8 guests staying at the chateau this evening.
I bought 3 quails to do a quail sauce.
And she's decided to take a risk by serving a whole new menu.
It's all Limousin beef. You couldn't ask anyone what they serve other than Limousin. They think you're insulting their mother.
She's hoping the new dishes will help her to cater for more people at the chateau. That might pay for her much-longed-for new kitchen.
Et vous pouvez faire quelques girolles? And she's just making little flowers out of cheese, and you have them for aperitif, and it's delicious. With a nice glass of wine, obviously.
But if it doesn't go to plan, it could put her reputation at risk.
Bonne journée et merci.
Bonne journée. Au revoir.
275 miles north is a lovely old building called Le Vieux Chateau. It's owned by retired vet Donna McDougall from Norfolk.
I just love every minute of living here. Maybe I'm just getting older, but the slower pace of life is lovely.
It lies in the centre of Normandy in northern France, and Donna runs it as a B&B, renting out 4 bedrooms and cooking the guests breakfast throughout the summer.
It works beautifully as a business because it's big enough for guests to come and for me to live my own private life. It's great meeting people who come to stay.
Last year, Donna received a visit from an elderly gentleman who had lived near the chateau when he was a young man in the 1930s.
He told me that it had been used as a private museum for a vast collection of medieval armour that the owner had inherited from his ancestors. I was pretty amazed about this.
But that's not all he'd seen. He claimed to have been here in the summer of 1940, during the Second World War, when the Nazis seized control of Normandy as they swept across France. But what happened to all that armour?
I asked what happened when the Germans arrived, and he proceeded to tell me that rather than let the Germans use it or take it, they put it into 20 wooden crates and hid it in the lake. I wasn't expecting that. He said that he was here when they boxed everything up into about 20 boxes and they put it in the lake. And I stupidly didn't ask where.
Shortly after his visit to Donna, the man sadly passed away. So now all she's left with is the tantalising possibility that a huge and highly valuable hoard of medieval armour and weaponry is lying at the bottom of her lake.
At first, I just thought, my God, this is extraordinary, that we might still have a whole lot of medieval armour in the lake. And my next thought was, I'm not sure how we're ever going to find it or get it out.
So she's confident that the treasure is still down there somewhere, and she's turned to yours truly to give her a hand.
I can't think of anyone better placed to try and find this. I have no idea how he's going to do it, but I can't wait to see. So, good luck, Dick.
Come and find the treasure for me.
Don't worry, Donna, I'm on my way. Everyone we know with a chateau thinks there's treasure there somewhere. That includes us. Sadly, most of it's just wishful thinking. However, Donna, she's so excited. She's so absolutely sure there's something there that she's convinced me. I'm very excited about today. This should be fun. This is the splendid Chateau Montiel. Built in the mid-19th century, it has 20 rooms in total. Set in 6.5 acres of land, it's the home of Englishman Tim and his wife Chris, who's from the Philippines. Oh, and now, newborn baby Owen too.
This is our forever home.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We can't imagine ourselves living elsewhere.
No, it's perfect.
Located in the Dordogne in southwest France, they bought the rundown pile for around £380,000 with the help of Tim's parents, who now live in an outbuilding on the property. After 2 hard years of renovation, they opened as a Boutique B&B, 2 double rooms and 2 suites. But they're not making any profit, and so this year they need to expand.
Our main tasks at the moment are completely renovating the attic space to create a new family suite.
They've estimated the new suite could bring in about £15,000 per season.
Although we've got an extra mouth to feed now. Hopefully this year is a really good year for us, and then next year, that should be our first profitable year. Yeah.
But the start of the new summer season is fast approaching.
I've got 7 weeks to go and it's all got to be finished. Bring it on.
So Tim needs to get a move on. First job in the attic, replacing the old wiring.
So I'll pull this old ceiling down, get all the old plaster off and all the wood down, then we can run the electrics and drop over so we can get some light switches in, and then make it look nice and new. Touch wood, it doesn't look like there's actually anything wrong up here. I was worried that I might find a few rotten beams and maybe a few shifted slates. Yeah, nice and clean and baby-friendly.
Yeah, right. Optimistic Tim might be pleased.
Done.
But this is only phase 1. With just 7 weeks until the first guests arrive, Chris is feeling the pressure.
Yeah, it's quite complicated at the moment because we've got this little bundle of joy and got to get it all done and ready.
Tim is going to have to work pretty fast. He needs to get the new suite finished by the beginning of the season. If he doesn't, and the place looks like a bomb site, he'll not only lose the new bookings, it could affect the existing bookings for the other suites in the chateau.
It's quite nerve-wracking for us because we might not get it ready on time.
Just over 100 miles north of Tim and Chris, at Chateau de Ribignac, Colette has started work on her ambitious new menu for tonight's dinner.
So we do 5 courses. We include aperitifs and wine and coffee, and that's €45 per head.
Sounds like a bargain. 5 courses for around 40 quid. But tonight's meal is a risk. She's never cooked it before.
You know, what's the point of everything being the same and, yeah.
Colette wants to expand Chateau de Ribignac's menu to attract more guests, earn more money, and buy herself a brand new kitchen.
So the kitchen is...
The kitchen is terrible. It's tiny, it's poorly organised, and everything is made of concrete. So we do have a project which has been around for quite some time to redo the kitchen.
And logistically, in that tiny kitchen, it's extremely difficult. I think even if it wasn't in a tiny kitchen, logistically, it's quite challenging. So, yes, I do feel a lot of pressure. Come on, come on.
She's been cooking for about 3 hours. There's just 2 hours until aperitifs are served.
So the menu tonight is, for snacks, we're doing the girole that we got from the cheese lady. Then I'll probably do a baked camembert. And then for the starter, we've got pasta with quail's egg sauce. For the small course, spinach and creme fraiche and a quail's egg. For the main, there's a beef daube, so it's a very country beef casserole. And then, obviously, cheese. And then, last but not least, the berry mousse cake.
So far, everything has gone to plan.
Sometimes I get stressed when I get behind.
But when running a chateau business at the same time as being head chef, there's always distractions, and today is no different.
OK, well, thank you. We'll look forward to meeting you on Monday.
And then there are Colette's 2 children to look after, Agnes...
Can you stop leaving tissues all over the place in this, please?
...and Gilberto.
Oh.
Get sick of your own.
Colette needs to stay focused if she wants to finish the dinner on time. Back in Normandy at Le Vieux Chateau, Donna's convinced that there's a hoard of treasure lurking somewhere at the bottom of her lake.
Hopefully, somewhere along here are 20 boxes of pristine medieval armour, I hope.
She's been told that the armour was dumped in the lake in 1940 to prevent it being stolen by the Nazi invaders.
There's a lot of silt in this lake, probably more than there was 70 years ago. So we could just find rusty bits of rubbish, or we could find beautifully protected armour because it's been covered in silt and hasn't had any oxygen. So it's not going to rust, I hope. Anyway, can't wait.
I've come to help her look for it, and I've brought my little boat because I've got a sneaky feeling we're going to need it. Very, very peaceful, and so much older than our chateau. So much older, it's gorgeous. Hiya!
Hello, bonjour.
This place is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank
How
you.
lovely to meet you. Just looks like there's so much history here.
Oh, I think there is, yeah. There is a lot of history here. It's an old chateau, this one.
Today, we were interested in more recent history. So the Germans during the Second World War, what were they doing here?
They were living here. They came pretty quickly across from Paris to Normandy, and this was occupied.
Right, the Germans coming, the locals will have known, and hiding your treasures, your secrets. It must have been done at a gallop.
And the walls were filled with a massive private collection of medieval armour. And I don't think they wanted the Germans to have any use of a medieval sword or mace or anything else. So they decided to put them in boxes, about 20 boxes, and hide them from the Germans in the lake.
The lake is much bigger than I expected. Have you any idea where it would be?
I don't know where it is at all.
Okay.
Come with me and we'll have a look.
I really hope Donna can narrow our search down, because this lake's much bigger than a football pitch. I'm looking at this place and thinking, where do we start?
If I was living here and I had a collection of medieval armour, I would put it at the deepest end of the lake.
Which is not
Which
here.
is, it's the opposite end. That end's the deepest, and it's the most accessible. So I am guessing, if I was in their position, that's where I'd put it.
If I get the boat down here,
Yes.
yeah, we're going to make our way to start down the far end?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the most likely place.
yeah.
Let's go and...
Let's
you know what?
do everything.
Let's get started. As well as my boat, I've brought along a metal detector. But there's about 4 feet of silt at the bottom of the lake. So if the treasure's sunk beneath that, we've got a real challenge on our hands detecting it. I so hope we can actually detect it, see that it is there. Because, wow. Treasure in your lake, hello? Every boy's dream. I want armour in my boat. Donna's told me the lake's actually pretty shallow. You can't stay in the middle of the boat. Even at its deepest, it's not much more than 1 metre deep.
It's not going to sink, is it, with me at this top
Well, that's
end?
why I put you on.
I'm quite heavy.
Yeah. Hello? Sorry. Do you think?
Yeah.
We are launching at the shallow end, but I'm sure my little boat can take it. It's rocky. It's not just silt. So there's a bit... Getting out of this first bit's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
You ready for it?
Yeah.
You'll go and find some treasure.
Yeah.
Right, OK.
It's a bit like swallows and Amazons at the moment.
It is, which is every schoolboy's dream, isn't it? Right. But I'm coming on board.
Yay!
Success at the first hurdle. Now all we've got to do is find the buried treasure.
Is that the seat all right? Ooh.
Yes! This is a perfect place to be. At Chateau de Rubignac, it's now just 2 hours before Colette needs to serve the first course of our brand new 5-course menu.
It's not going fantastically well.
It's part of a plan to expand her culinary repertoire and increase the reputation of Chateau de Rubignac as a location for fine dining. But it comes with a risk.
Well, I think you're only as good as the meal that you've just cooked. So that's a lot of pressure on me.
It's a difficult enough task, even without the distractions.
Ooh, really?
It's huge.
Is Daddy going to get rid of it for you now?
Son Gilberto has come in with a tick under his armpit.
They're outdoors all the time, so...
Ticks aren't very pleasant and can carry Lyme's disease. They need to be removed carefully without leaving any bits behind. Luckily, Dad Patrick knows what to do.
Okay, just come in here, though. You'll need to sit at the end of the table where there's some light, okay?
It's a country thing, but they are kind of disgusting.
Oh, I can see its legs.
Don't move. Come on. Ready? Okay, it's out, but it's falling down your... Okay, can you take off your T-shirt, please? Super carefully. That's the fella. Okay, just press that onto there. Okay, just hold it onto there.
Crisis over, Colette can focus on the dinner. But it's June here. Temperatures regularly hit the 30s. And as service looms, temperatures are rising in the kitchen.
In the summer, it gets horrendously hot. I spend most of my working, or my breathing hours here, so it's horrible to be in when it's really beautiful outside.
At least Colette and Patrick have some help today from Elliot, a friend of the family.
So I guess we better get cracking then.
Patrick goes out to smooze the guests. And after checking everything is on course...
Everything, unless I've forgotten anything, is more or less ready.
He's joined by Colette.
Bonsoir. Have we all said cheers, by the way? Cheers and welcome to the newcomers. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
We are in Loire Valley because my husband is from Loire Valley.
I'm from Hungary. I'm from Budapest.
Do you want to just pass those round, darling?
Little Gilberto serves the canapes.
They're called girolles. They're girolles. They're basically cheese. And they stick like a corkscrew in it. And they turn it and it just takes tiny shavings.
Then it's time for a baked camembert.
It's so hot, I can't touch it.
But Patrick can't get it open.
Yeah, I think I gave him a bit of a hospital pass there, opening up. Anyone who can open it gets a prize.
Is it cheese, the prize?
Yeah, it is cheese. Oh, well done.
Phew. While the guests enjoy their camembert, Colette and Patrick set up for dinner. Colette wants it to be perfect.
Could you get the shell plates for me, please?
You mean this size?
No, not those ones. You know, the normal ones that we use with the thing on the outside.
You said shell. Here's the shell one.
Not those ones.
I don't know which one.
Yes, you do.
Wave.
Yeah.
Not shell, then.
Do you want to do this instead? Okay. Just checking.
The pressure is on. There's just 5 minutes until the guests come in for their 5-course meal. I hope Colette's going to be ready. Back in the Dordogne, Chris is busy looking after newborn Owen as Tim tries to turn their attic into a luxury 2-bedroom suite. The bedrooms need finishing off and a new bathroom installing, but they're used to the hard graft.
Well, we inherited a very, very, very run-down, tired, worn-out building. The central heating system needed to be replaced. Plenty of walls and ceilings needed to be ripped out.
Plumbing.
Yeah, everything. You name it.
We've spent about
2014.
100,000 to
Yeah.
renovate the house.
But now we've got to reinvest whatever we make to continue the renovations. The pot is empty and we've got to make money to spend money.
I know exactly how tough it is juggling children and building work. But throw a newborn into the mix and the job's even more of a challenge. Chris is obviously frustrated that she can't help out with any physical work while she's recovering from baby Owen's early arrival.
I'm really happy that he's here, but I'm also heartbroken that I can't do anything in the house.
This includes the gardening and vegetable patch, which are Chris's passions.
Hey, the rabbits got into that one.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the rabbits or the chickens.
But it's more than just a hobby. The vegetable patch plays a crucial role in keeping down some of the running costs of the B&B.
We offer dinner 2 or 3 times a week. Everything that we grow goes into that. Tomatoes, melons, pumpkins, courgettes, and it goes a huge way into keeping the costs down. But also, it tastes so much better as well.
Chris may have had to, very reluctantly, hand over the gardening gloves to Tim, but she's still the boss.
Where are you going to put the tomatoes?
Get them in here.
Oh, you need to work it first.
Yeah, I've got to get the weeds out, I know, get some composting.
Whenever he does something that is not on my plan, it does irritate me a lot.
I thought instead of having 3 in each of these, we could put 4 in each of these.
Why
and
is
just
that?
bunch them up a bit.
No, I just put 3. He's not as thorough as I would have done it. But he's doing okay. He's on his knees. One more.
One more and then I can have
You'll
a
be
beer.
done.
Done.
Well, that's all our tomatoes planted. Hopefully in the summer we'll get a bumper crop and our guests will be happy.
But if they want a successful summer, Tim better finish the attic quickly, and he's determined to do it himself.
It equates to, I mean, it's 200 quid a day to get someone out to do stuff. I'm proud that I can look after my family, you know, and if anything crops up, I can, you know, Dad can get down and deal with it, and I can be an inspiration, you know.
Tim's a trained chef by trade. He's not a natural builder.
The only thing being a chef has come in handy for is plastering. So you mix the plaster so it's the consistency of buttercream, and then it's just like icing a cake, you know. You just have to, you know, get it on and then come back round and smooth it out. And when I came to France, I couldn't wire a plug, essentially. The internet, online videos have taught me everything, really.
Whilst Tim's having a hard morning in the attic, Chris is busy with her first home midwife appointment.
Bonjour. Comment ça va?
Très bien.
Très bien.
I'm excited to know if he's gained weight.
I think so.
With money tight after the new arrival, Tim's always on the lookout for savings.
The skirting board is so expensive over here. I'm just using floorboarding, and I've bought some beading to go on top, and I'm just going to make my own imitation skirting.
But when it comes to wall plugs, it seems cutting corners is a false economy.
These are dreadful.
Downstairs, it's all toilet talk.
Have you cell, you know? Cell.
Oh, if he's poo-poo.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less, yes,
Okay.
every time.
In the attic, Tim's decided to abandon the cheap wall plugs.
When I'm screwing these in, this is just going around inside and just chewing the thread, so there's no head anymore to screw into. They're just dreadful. So never buy bargains, and we'll do it with glue.
Working single-handedly and having to teach himself as he goes means even a simple task like skirting can take double the time. Time Tim hasn't got.
This room, I reckon we've got another week, and then that's this one done, which means I've got 6 weeks left to do the bathroom, corridor, other bedroom. Yeah, a lot of work.
I think Tim's optimism is starting to waver, and Chris is in no doubt about the challenge ahead.
It's really heartbreaking because I don't know if we can get everything done in time. We want to be able to earn enough income so that we can support our little family.
Facing such a huge challenge and all the constant demands of a newborn, Tim realises he needs some help.
It kind of dawned on me with all the day-to-day jobs that there's a lot of work still to do. So to make life easier, I've given my little brother Ben a ring, and he's managed to get a last-minute flight, and he's going to pop over and come and give me a hand with some of the more difficult stuff so that I'm not trying to do it all on my own, just so I've got an extra pair of hands and a bit of muscle.
I hope your brother's a hard grafter, Tim. He'll have to be, or I can't see this place being ready on time. I've travelled 150 miles north to Lavish Chateau in the heart of Normandy to help Brit and Donna hunt for some buried treasure. We're moving.
We are.
We're at sea. Treasure's there. She's been told that during the Second World War, a hoard of medieval armour was hidden from the Nazis in this lake. How deep is it here?
It's about 1 metre.
Okay, in fact, yeah, I just about touched the top of the silt. I think we should start here.
I've never used one of these things before, so...
Why don't you put them on?
Okay.
Put on yeah. Good. We'll do sign language. Take control of the probe.
Okay.
And your hand goes over the top.
Ah. It's beeping. Oh.
That's the battery check.
Uh-huh.
For our best shot at finding the treasure, Donna needs to keep the end of the metal detector resting on top of the 4-foot-thick layer of silt at the bottom of the lake. Right, so you're resting on the silt?
Yes.
I'm going to start trawling now. I'm going to start moving. We'll go over this way to begin with, because this is the area we're interested in. I'm keen to check as wide an area of the lake as possible. But Donna's convinced the treasure would have been dumped over by the shoreline.
I mean, they wouldn't have got it out here.
True.
They wouldn't. I'm sure they wouldn't have put it in boats and put it here.
Let's search. We're going to work our way in there, okay?
All right, so I just keep this in.
Yeah, keep it in the water. Keep it in the water now. And you're listening for your beep. We're going into the trees, near the edge. I just hope she doesn't want to go in too close, or we're going to get a face full of tree branch.
Here we go.
Right, anything at all?
No.
Still nothing?
No.
Do you know, I think we need to go in here.
Sorry?
I think we need to go in here.
You want us to go closer?
Yeah, please.
Okay, absolutely. Whatever you say, Donna, you're the boss. Are you swinging it around? What?
No, there's nothing. It's just all the trees.
You got me all excited there.
No, nothing yet.
Now we're really in a pickle. Well, this is
We're
interesting.
very close to the edge here.
Yep.
Maybe we need to just go down there further.
Just go sideways through
Please,
the trees.
sir.
Go sideways through the trees. Right.
I am in the trees.
Right. Never mind the trees. Keep scanning. We're finding treasure.
Dick, can you go this way a little bit?
Yes. Which way? You want to go
This
further
way.
in?
This way.
We're in. Yeah. Hold on.
Oh!
What do you mean, oh? Oh's a bad noise.
No, it's the trees. Oh.
Oh, I thought we should go in the water. Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder if the people who dumped it here had as much trouble as we're having.
I think this is the area they would have put it because it's the most convenient area. It's the deepest part of the lake and it's the most convenient area from the house.
Donna's logic makes perfect sense, but we're just not getting any readings over here at all. Until suddenly...
Just about here. Just go back a little bit. There.
What do you
I've got
mean
a noise here.
What?
I've got a noise here.
At Chateau de Rivignac, it's 8 p.m. and the diners are called to dinner.
There's a very strict seating pattern. Yeah. Right. Just sit down.
Boy, girl, I'd like to sit by you.
It's going to be a long night. Colette's already been cooking the kitchen for the last 5 hours. So after wishing each other good luck, the starter is served.
So, ladies and gents, for your starter, you have a Quail Ragu with piment d'Espelette spaghetti.
Colette waits for a report in the kitchen.
How are they doing for their starter?
They are enjoying it.
Okay, good. And they
Consuming it, not especially quickly.
okay. So that's
So far, so good. Just time for a celebratory glass of wine. It seems to be going down well with the guests and their burgos alike.
Have they got plates?
Colette's already moving on. An egg and spinach dish, topped off with creme fraiche and a quail's egg, is served next. Followed by the pièce de résistance, beef daube, a local casserole. Careful, it's hot.
Pretty hot. What to tell you?
The dinner is in its closing stages. There are just 2 courses left.
It's that cheesy time of evening.
And when they look for the cheese,
The cheese is in the cupboard, is it?
I didn't.
no one can remember where it is.
I know nothing.
Will this dinner fall apart at the final hurdle? I'm at Le Vieux Chateau in the heart of Normandy, helping Donna McDougall search for some buried armour in her lake with a metal detector. And after nearly an hour searching with no results...
There.
What
I've got
is
a
that?
noise here.
What?
I've got a noise here. Come
got a
back.
noise?
Yeah.
Now this is promising.
There. Dick, can you just come a little bit forward?
Of course I can.
There. A definite noise.
You've got a
just
definite
here.
noise?
Yeah. Come a little bit. There. Definite. Oh! Ah, come forward. Come forward.
I'm in the middle of a tree. Where did we
So
go?
what?
Oh, I've got my oar.
Don't lose this position. Right here. That's it. That's it. Right there.
Hold on. Look. I'm coming in. Oh,
I don't want to lose this position. Quick, Dick,
no,
put
find
those
it again.
on.
Hold on. You find it in the hole.
Put that. Ah!
Turn it.
No, you need to put these on.
Okay. Move it around. There. Yep. Hold on.
I'm lifting.
Hold it. Don't stick a stick in, girl. Stick a stick in.
It's just here.
That's very strong. That's definitely something, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, make sure that stick doesn't move. It's exciting for sure, but that's just one small spot. There's supposed to be 20 crates of treasure in here. Just go as far to the left and right as you can there. So we're trying moving a little bit further up along the tree line.
Oh, another one here.
Just got another beep, that's all we got. We don't know yet, do we?
Another big beep here.
A big beep, really?
Yes! Deafening.
And a little further again.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I can hear it. I can hear it through your earphones.
Listen.
Right. Just a few inches beneath us, there could lurk a vast hoard of buried medieval treasure.
Listen to that.
That's worth another explore, isn't it?
Look.
The detector is pinging all around this part of the lake. But how are we actually going to dig down through several meters of silt to find out what's there? We've got some thinking to do, that's for sure. And some hard work ahead, no doubt. Down in the Dordogne, Chef Tim and wife Chris are preparing to open their B&B for the summer season in just over a month's time. But the early arrival of baby Owen has thrown things into chaos.
Sleep or milk? What do you think he's ready for next?
Cry.
Cry. Diaper change.
With 2 guest suites, they desperately want to convert their attic into a 3rd suite so the business can start making a profit. But they're behind schedule.
Now that baby Owen's starting to grow, he's getting a lot crankier at night and wants a lot more milk and a lot less sleep. So we're starting to feel the strain.
It's not just the attic. There's a whole load of work that needs doing around the chateau before they open. Tim's been working single-handedly, but with the first guests arriving just over 4 weeks' time, he needs help.
Called in the cavalry. Uncle Ben's arriving from England to come and do some of the heavy lifting for me and meet his baby nephew for the first time, which we're all excited about.
Tim's mum, who lives in the chateau grounds, has picked him up from the airport.
Hi. How are you doing?
Yeah, great, thank you. Hello.
How's it going?
Yeah, great, thanks. Hello.
Hello, Ben.
Tim hopes his little brother's help will get him back on track with the renovations. But I think his new nephew might be a bit of a distraction.
Oh. Your first little nephew, eh? With all his hair.
Yeah, wow.
He's got loads of hair.
He's going to avoid the family curse.
Chris, he's wriggling too much. You might need to take him back.
Would you all like to come inside? Come on, Mum. Come and sit yourself down. Do you want a cup of tea?
Yeah. So what jobs do you want me to do?
We've got to move all the paving slabs in front of the barn and lay a terrace.
I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't realise I was going to be moving paving slabs all day. I was planning on going canoeing and seeing my nephew whilst I was here.
Well, you've seen your nephew. Now you can make a start paving. After you've had your cup of tea.
The paving is for an all-new patio that will replace the existing tired terrace. A big job, so Dad Rob's been roped in too.
I've decided that I'm more suited to the skilled part of the work, so I'm going to be laying the pavers and they're going to be doing the donkey's work for me and bringing it round. You finished your tea?
Yeah.
You ready to go?
Not really.
Do you want to borrow my hat?
Definitely not.
Let's go. Before, it was just gravel, but the furniture we've got, the legs just sort of sink into it, and it's a bit rough. Luckily, I managed to find a guy locally that decided to get rid of his pool and had taken up all his paving, and all for, I don't know, 300 quid or whatever, who knows.
He got himself a real bargain there. Brand new. These paving slabs could have cost £1,500 to cover a patio this size.
How did you learn to do this?
On the internet.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't actually look like you know what you're doing, to be honest. Don't people have to eat their dinners off it, though?
No, we give them tables and plates.
Oh, very funny, yeah. But my point is, if it's not level, like, peas are going to go rolling everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah, but it can't be perfectly level because the water's got to be able to run away from the house. And because we get such heavy rain, it's got to be a 25mm drop every 1.5 metres, apparently.
One of the last jobs is to sweep loose sand between the slabs. This is essential to help secure the paving and stop it moving sideways.
Well, that's one more skill you've learnt.
It's not really a skill, sweeping.
Well, I think that's me done. You don't actually know if he's ever really done a full day's work in his life before this, so this could well be taking it out on him. Bless him. With any luck, the last one. Perfect.
It looks really nice. Daddy's done a really good job, look. And Uncle Ben too. Aren't you proud? Hey.
I'm actually really happy with it. Yeah. And another skill half-mastered.
Well done, Tim. But you've still got a lot more to do before the chateau's ready for any guests. And it's starting to look like there's not enough hours in the day for you.
We're working 24 hours a day now. If we're not changing nappies, we're plastering walls, or if we're not plastering walls, we're laying terraces. I'm running out of days now.
At Chateau de Rubignac, Patrick and Colette are about to serve the final course of their new experimental menu. They found the cheese, and the guests have been enjoying it. The night has been building to the climax. Colette's famous frozen berry mousse cake.
Everything could go wrong. I might drop it, it might look terrible.
After freezing it this morning, she's taken it out to thaw a little. But if it warms too much, it'll ruin. Patrick needs to serve it now.
It's going to start to melt if he doesn't get served soon.
But he's too busy schmoozing.
To be honest, all I really do is what you see me do here.
You do it rather well.
It makes me very, very motivated with a glass of wine in my hand.
It's so frustrating. Everything's ready to go. I'm really dying to serve dessert now, so before it starts to melt.
You're still having a fair chat.
OK. OK, I'm just going with it then.
Colette decides it's now or never for the frozen berry mousse cake.
OK, I might require your assistance here.
Patrick finally arrives to help.
Is it a three-man job?
Yes, possibly.
Hopefully in time before the cake defrosts too much.
Cool. It'll be a bit squishy.
OK. It's just that bit there that's not quite separated from the base. It's just a little bit. I can't move, that's why.
Well, you can't take your hand out.
I'm not taking my hand out. Go, 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 go. No? Yeah, that's good.
After 8 hours of cooking, it's all over. What did the guests think?
This is a test then.
Yeah, we're bringing all our friends back. I'm in awe. The food's great. I've just really enjoyed it. I could do this more often.
Keep this up, and she'll get that new kitchen after all.
It's done. It's just great when an evening goes well and people are happy and they've eaten well and they get on together and all that stuff. So that's great. Even though you've got to get up for breakfast the next morning. That's not so great, but you know.
Next time, Donna and I battle to get access to the lakeside and start looking for that hidden armour.
That's one way to get the tree down.
And when we start digging, there's plenty to get us excited.
What is that? What is that?
While Tim and Chris rush to get their attic completed, they need furniture.
Would you let me have a rug as well and round it to 200? I've only got 200 with me, that's why.
And they need help.
Hopefully Ben's going to fly back in and give us a hand a couple of days before we open.
I've never agreed to that. I've never agreed to come back and do more work.
And my mother-in-law and I have our hands full making salamis.
Sausages always make me laugh. There's not a thing about making sausages that I don't find humorous.
That's me, Dick Strawbridge, my darling wife Angel, and our two beautiful children. Nearly 3 years ago, we upped sticks for a whole new life in France and bought this magnificent chateau. We've been doing it up ever since.
Oh, baby, you're so strong.
Turns out we're not the only ones.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
Dozens of Brits are taking the plunge to rescue these stunning buildings.
What amazing colours.
We need to get on top of it, get on top of the goats.
In this series, we'll reveal more on how we're running our chateau as a business.
Oh, ta-da! Back on dry land.
I'm still finding things that I haven't seen.
And we'll help these daring families run theirs.
Here's to the meeting of two like-minded couples.
Cheers.
Cheers.
As they face the highs...
It's really beautiful.
...and lows.
It's extremely expensive. It's financial suicide.
...of running these gorgeous buildings as everything from B&Bs to beautiful wedding venues.
Owning a chateau isn't glamorous. Anyone who thinks it is delusional.
Today, the perils of repairing a 6-storey chateau.
You know, I'm not too afraid of heights, but this is a bit extreme.
Plumbing problems at this 12th century abbey.
Do you see anything?
Yes. Well, come down and have a look.
No, thanks.
How running a chateau with loved ones is never plain sailing.
John, we employ him to look after this pool. Yeah.
He hasn't done it for 4 years.
And Angel and I carry out valuable research into our new wine list.
We could get so pickled this afternoon.
Londoner Billy and his French fiancée Gwendoline are still in their 20s. But with the help of Billy's older brother Michael, they're working hard to turn the 22-bedroom Chateau de la Balmenier into a luxury wedding venue, as well as a beautiful family home.
It is a bit of a fantasy, yeah. Living in a French chateau is always been a bit of a dream.
Together, I think we can make it work.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And we might have a few problems on the way, but that's part of life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Their chateau is in the Pays de la Loire in northwestern France. They live in the guest house, but need to move out in just 3 weeks so they can rent it to paying guests. That means making the chateau habitable, but the wood burner is causing them a bit of a problem.
Well,
But it's not supposed to be coming out the sides, is it?
well, that's what I was thinking.
I wonder why it's doing that.
I think the cement between the blocks, I think it needs repointing because
it needs repointing probably.
there's smoke pouring out of the holes through the sides and between the stone. Yeah. So it shouldn't be doing that.
They suspect the brickwork needs repointing, a pretty straightforward repair job if you're at ground level.
It looks like the house is on fire rather than the chimney.
Unless they repair the chimney, they won't be able to use the wood burner. So someone's going to have to go all the way up there and fix it.
It's probably about 20 metres, something like that, so it's quite high up. When you're up there, you're like, ooh.
Billy's gamely volunteered to take on the job. Fortunately, he's got just a piece of kit for it.
We bought a cherry pick car. It goes about 22 metres. It's not a new machine, it's quite old. And hopefully we have no problems and we don't fall off the thing.
But they haven't so much as switched it on since buying it several weeks ago.
Right, so how do we get this thing going?
This is the main switch to turn it on.
Yep.
And this is the ignition.
Is it meant to start?
It's supposed to start. Do you want to jump up on top of the thing and make sure the red switch, because look, basically it's like that sometimes. You have to twist it so it's up like that.
And there's one over on that?
There's one on that. So jump up on top of it and just check it.
Right, OK. It's not working.
Yeah.
Did you know it didn't work when you bought it?
No, it worked when we bought it, but It's,
That doesn't sound right.
It means, I don't know what it means. We'll have to look in the manual, I think.
If Billy can't get up to fix the chimney, there might be some cold nights ahead for them all. It's no small task trying to heat a chateau, especially where we live in northwestern France. Winters here can be bone-chilling, often dipping to -10. It gets so cold sometimes, even our moat freezes over.
It's not exactly warm in here. It will be soon.
In the beginning, it was a constant battle to heat our home.
We could not heat this house in a way that would make my mum and dad happy. So our life from January and February revolved around heating this house. They would get up 5 a.m. in the morning, turn the heating on to heat this room so the kids would wake up not freezing. Then he'd run downstairs and get the heating on for the dining room so we would have breakfast in the heat. And it kind of went round, back again, and up. So the whole house was on, off, to make sure that we had only heat in one room for that time, because you can imagine trying to heat the whole house would have been mental and a lot of money, not sustainable.
Heating all our rooms continuously could cost over £500 a week. Sometimes a chateau really can feel like a money pit. 100 miles south at Chateau de Bois-Jarreau, Marion and her husband John had just splashed out nearly £500 on having hundreds of flies removed. Marianne from Oxfordshire runs this place as a luxurious holiday gîte with her two sisters, Tanya and Catherine.
I wouldn't say it's profitable, but it covers its costs, which is what we need it to do.
Nestled in the Loire Valley and set in 20 acres of rural parkland, this gorgeous 19th century chateau has 9 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, a swimming pool, and even a gym.
My children really adore going there, and it is great for family get-togethers. I really enjoy it, and that's kind of where we get our satisfaction and pleasure from that side, you know, from the family point of view.
Every year, the sisters make the trip over from the UK to get it ready for another holiday season. This morning, big sister Tanya and her family arrived. Today, an engineer's come to fix the lift.
Bonjour! My French isn't good, but...
My French is worse.
Fortunately, their managing agent, Isabel, is on hand to translate.
OK, so could you ask him if there's still the same problem that there was last time with the lift?
The problem you noticed last time, is it still...
In French.
Ah, en français.
I remember he said there was a click, click sound, which Tanya and I were not worried
C'est plus
about.
un problème de bruit, un problème de clic.
But we think it's fine. But just to check.
Donc le clac, 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 si vous voulez, c'est l'ascenseur qui descend petit à petit.
I hope it's okay. And so, just to confirm, today he is going to put alarms, loud ones, on each floor?
Oui.
Perfect. Merci beaucoup.
Okay.
Brilliant English. Thank you.
Whilst the engineer gets to work, Marion and Tanya realise they don't have any means to pay him for the job.
We're off to the bank. We need to go now.
Yep, we're late.
We will be late.
So we're going to the bank.
Okay.
But before they can leave, Marion's husband John wants to talk about the issue with the roof.
The lead or the... It is dangerous, very dangerous.
All right, John. I don't need him to start messing about and interfering. I just don't need that.
And there's something else Marion doesn't want her husband to interfere with.
At the moment, we're waiting for the pool man to come and open it up. And John's had a little look and would quite like to do it himself. But I've asked him not to, because there are occasions when he starts interfering and then he creates more problems. And it's just... OK, thank you.
Oh, it was very good.
That was great.
But when Marion gets back from the bank an hour later, she finds John couldn't help himself. He's decided to tackle the pool.
John, we employ him to look after this pool.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is that I always a bit cautious of where he stands in the whole pool maintenance.
John, this is his pool. It's not your pool.
He hasn't done it for 4 years. He
Isn't
doesn't do
it?
anything though, does he? That's the problem. Yeah, look at the state of the pool. The whole pool is leaking.
It's not leaking. It's there, so it's water.
I hope John and Marion can settle their differences, as there's still a lot more to do here.
Oh, John?
Please, could you look at the downstairs loo seat and tell us if it needs a new one?
Under the stairs, just there.
As any Brit who started a new life in France knows, one of the many pleasures of living here is having world-famous vineyards at your doorstep.
Ah, bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Je m'appelle Dick.
Santé.
Je m'appelle Angela.
Enchanté.
But for Angel and I, tasting wine isn't just about buying new additions for our own cellar.
We're having a private session here to find wines, local wines.
Local sommelier Patrick is helping us put together a new wine list for our wedding season.
We want to be able to have people come to the chateau for the first time, drink the wine, and go, wow.
But as ever when running a chateau, it's a balance between tasting good and not burning too big a hole in your pocket.
Nous avons besoin de vin qui est local.
With more than 4,000 vineyards in the Loire Valley alone, the choice is a little overwhelming. And to complicate matters further, the wines on our list need to complement all different varieties of food.
Avec des spécialités anglaises?
No.
Non, de la gastronomie mondiale?
We need a bon vin. What's good? Good. We just need a good wine that can go with everything.
C'est très très bon sur une côte de bœuf. Avec
Ouais.
une côte de bœuf à la grillade, excellent. Vous faites une côte de bœuf avec un gratin dauphinois. Et ça va très bien sur des Saint-Jacques.
The scallops.
The best wines carry the prestigious AOC certificate, guaranteeing their origin and quality.
Ça c'est Loire et ça c'est aussi Loire.
Okay.
D'accord?
Should we, get some?
Yes, I think we have to.
And then, and try them.
We could get so pickled this afternoon. Okay.
Légèrement sucré.
Attends, un cutin.
Faire travailler un petit peu le vin.
I just can't.
Have you actually? No, you have to really let the air into your mouth. Come on. Suck your air through. You have to.
I've got a brace at the back of my teeth. You know that I can't.
You can't. Of course you can. You can do it.
Not really into wine that much. I understand the theory behind it. I just don't love it the same way that Dick does. The wine is totally part of the package, and I'm as equally passionate at getting the right thing as Dick, but I'm not comfortable with it at all. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, maybe I'll practice in private in front of the mirror.
With Patrick's help, we've definitely saved a few pennies on our wine list today. And been persuaded into buying a few extra bottles to carry on our research at home.
Taste this, have a nap.
Look after the kids, give Mum and Dad a break.
No, leave the kids to your mum and dad. Taste this, have a nap.
No.
350 miles east of here, on the other side of the country, is another world-famous wine region, Burgundy. Here, a 12th century abbey has been lovingly restored by English couple Clive and Tanith Cummings and turned into an upmarket hotel.
We love being over in France. And it's so peaceful and it's so tranquil and it's just...
We've got some very good friends locally who we socialise with. We're part and parcel of the local community.
As well as 20 rooms, this former place of worship boasts a Michelin-starred restaurant.
Stéphane, tiens.
But they're still not yet making a profit.
We are still a young business. We have a very healthy bank loan.
It's a fair amount of money that goes out each month. Our electricity is normally anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000 a month.
I'd love to be a profitable organisation, but at the moment we're not. I don't make any money, and so that's what gets you sometimes. You work so hard, and you get to the end of the year and you're like, you know, there's nothing left. You know, we spent it all.
To keep costs down, Clive and Tanith do as many jobs around the Abbey as they can.
We can work in most departments, apart from the kitchen. I do avoid the kitchen as much as possible as far as helping out. But any other department, either of us will go in and help where's necessary. So it's very hands-on, but we've always been very hands-on.
Today, Clive is going to have to be a bit more hands-on than usual. He's got a pond that's suffocating from an invasion of algae, and his fountain has stopped working.
It's normally a crystal clear pond, fresh water that flows through, and you can see the fish beautifully. And as you can see, it's a bit of an eyesore now.
Too much algae can suck out the oxygen from the pond, which could be devastating for the 12 koi carp Clive keeps.
It's a job that I want to get done pretty quick. Don't want me fish to die, that's the problem.
Once he's satisfied he's got enough algae out, Clive can move on to the next problem. His fountain's broken and he needs to fit a new pump. But to do that, he needs to lower the water level by 3 inches.
The plug for the pond is at the bottom, which is about waist deep, and I've got to get in there and pull the plug out to let the water out. I don't know how far I can lean under, so I don't know whether I'm going to have to put my shoulders in and go for a swim. Not a very nice day for a swim, and it looks pretty cold in there as well.
But Clive's got a big pair of waders, so this should be a fairly simple job.
It's normally about 1 metre deep, and it just comes up literally to about 1 centimetre of my waders. But I've just got a sneaky feeling I'm going to get wet socks.
In you get, Clive.
You can hear it. That's a 12th century plug.
But removing it doesn't appear to have made the slightest bit of difference.
It's not draining away. The water's coming back up the aqueduct here. It's not moving at the moment.
As far as I'm concerned, getting your hands dirty is all part and parcel of running a chateau, especially if it saves you a few quid. For me, there's nothing more satisfying than solving a problem without spending any money at all. And finding old things like this lying around is a godsend for small DIY jobs, like building a chicken coop.
This old ladder, I wouldn't walk up it, but the chickens will roost on it. Watch. You see what we have there?
Oh, I see, right. Okay.
When they come time to roost, there's enough space for them to spread out. This is one of the doors in one of the stables. It feels like it's made of hardwood.
And what could be better than upcycling a stable door to keep the hens in and Mr. Fox out?
And what I'm doing is making a little area here so that when we open this door and come in, the chickens will all go straight out the door. Which is quite important because 12 acres is quite a lot of space to lose them.
But if you're really savvy with your renovation, you can even make a few bob too.
How are you getting on?
We've had to remove 50 metres of old lead piping that was used for the Chateau's original 19th century plumbing system.
If this is all lead, it can all go.
Most homes had lead water pipes until the 1970s, when it was discovered just how dangerous they could be to the water supply. They've been banned in France for more than 20 years, so I'm not sorry to see this lot go.
As far as we're concerned, this is the last vestiges of the old system.
The old system, yeah.
It's going.
So all the lead disappears.
And there's probably enough lead in here to pay for about 3 copper pipes.
There's no way this stuff is going to be skipped. A kilo of lead piping can fetch up to £2 when it's sold to scrap. And we've removed hundreds of kilos from our place.
Quite a lot of scrap here. It's worth money. Might be able to pay you this time.
Back at Chateau de la Baminière in the Pays de la Loire, Billy and Michael are trying to save money by doing all the restoration work themselves, even those jobs that require a serious head for heights. But at the moment, they can't even get their cherry picker up and running. Billy paid £6 grand for it second hand. Luckily, it came with an instruction manual.
Oh, here it is. Let's have a look at it. Right, it's all in French. Do you read French? Oh, a little bit. Reservoir, robinet. I don't know what that word is.
Should we get Gwendolyn to help us?
I think we'll manage. We'll try. You won't learn if you keep asking Gwendolyn.
If you ask me, the battery's flat, as the cherry picker's been sitting idle. But Billy's got other ideas.
It could be it's a little bit empty on diesel.
Oh, okay. Well, have you ever filled it up?
I've never filled it up yet.
Well, maybe that's what it is then. So, should we go and get some diesel?
I think we should try that, yeah. Try a bit of diesel.
Shit. If this doesn't work, we have got no idea what's wrong with it. So that will be £6 grand down the drain. Right, start her up then.
Well, that's great, isn't it? It still doesn't want to start.
That sounds like a dead battery to me.
How long does it take to charge a battery?
Oh, I don't know.
Hours?
Couple.
Days?
Couple of hours.
Couple of hours.
So it's charging, which means it hasn't got a lot of power in it, I think. That might do the job. Because usually it won't charge if it knows it's got enough power in it. Lovely. We'll sort of leave it to it and come back to it, I think.
OK.
Yeah.
Try it again in a few hours.
Yeah, all right then.
Billy and Gwendolyn have a lot invested in this chateau. They bought it for €1,050,000 with a large mortgage and with the help of an inheritance from Gwendolyn's late mother.
You can see my mum here when she was a young girl, and then there with me. There's a drawing of her that Michael did here, and I've got her here as well.
It's just 2 years since Gwendolyn's mother died.
Losing my mum obviously wasn't easy, and it's still not easy, but well, yeah, I wanted to build something with what she left me. I know she would have loved this place with the forest. My mum used to love nature, everything that was green, going out for walks, and actually when we came to visit this place, we had a walk in the forest. I could see my mum there, and I knew she would have loved it. Achieving what we are trying to do here, in a way, is also for my mum, because she allowed us to do this, so we owe it to her to make it work.
When they found this magnificent place for sale last year, they had no idea of the history that lay within its walls. The chateau was named after the Baminière family, who some 300 years ago were royal advisors to King Louis XIV.
This over here is supposed to be Madame de Baminière, who gave her name. Basically, Baminière was the family name of the family who built the chateau, and it's supposed to be Madame de Baminière going hunting on a horse.
Madame de Baminière was the last member of the family to inhabit the chateau before it was sold following the French Revolution. Since then, it's had dozens of owners, some more careful than others.
The funny thing here is that you can see that some of the paneling is missing, and actually we were told that the previous owners weren't paying their bills anymore or anything, so the house and its contents were sold in auction.
Yeah.
So people came and bought everything that was in the house. And apparently some people bought the paneling from the walls.
Because they liked it, I suppose.
So they just ripped it off.
I think it's stage by stage you get around to doing all these rooms.
Yeah, we're not expecting all of it to be done in a year or two. We know it's going to take.
No miracles.
Yeah.
But it will get done.
Having left the cherry picker on charge for a few hours, it's time for Billy and Michael to see if it's working, so they can finally get up on the roof and fix the chimney.
This is the last resort, really. We've done so many things to it that I don't know what else could be wrong with it. So, fingers crossed. I mean, if it doesn't start, I don't know what we're going to do. So, hopefully it works. There's an ignition button. It's a small black button.
With the turn arrow,
that's it. Push it.
Fixing the cherry picker, that's the easy part. The real work is still to come. In the Loire Valley, sisters Marion and Tanya, along with their families, are preparing their chateau for the first guests of the season, who arrive in 48 hours' time.
Or I've got this list to do.
The sisters are catching up with paperwork, while Marion's husband, John, is seeing to the toilets.
What? Would you be willing to go and get another loose seat and fit it?
Go and get one if you want me to, yes.
That would be fantastic.
Please, could you go and get another loose seat and fit it?
Okay.
Thank you, John. I don't think he's too happy at all about doing that. Do you think it's worth us getting 2 loose seats?
Oh, John?
Yeah?
Why don't you take that loose seat? Because all loose seats are slightly different sizes. Yeah?
All loose seats inside.
Oh, we're constantly having problems. John, just take it anyway.
You girls really know a lot about loose seats.
Anyway, just get it right. Get it right.
30 minutes later, John and his sons Ben and Dan are on the prowl for a replacement.
38 euros, 40 euros, 34 euros, 49 euros.
I want the tiger one.
It's quite good, isn't it? Look. Yeah, no, that's quite off-putting, isn't it, really? It's a bit of a tough one, actually.
That's really picky with his toilet seat.
Sorry.
John makes his choice, but just as he's leaving, one loose seat stands out from all the rest.
Well, that is quite clever. Why not have a bit of fun?
For John's sake, I hope Marion's as impressed with the novelty loose seat as he seems to be.
Merci beaucoup.
Au revoir.
Bonjour, au revoir.
À bientôt.
Come on.
His wife Marion and sister-in-law Tanya were convinced loose seats came in all shapes and sizes. Turns out they were wrong.
There you go, girls.
No, what you got there, John?
2 loose seats. They are all the same. They are universal. I've got you a nice wooden one.
Right.
And I've got this other one, but it says E equals MC squared on top of it. But they strike out the M and they put the W. E equals WC squared.
Oh. What does the E stand for?
Energy.
Energy.
No, but in the Lou equation.
Are you happy with that?
We're happy with that, John. Let's go. Come on, king of the loose seats.
Fitted them before.
But once it's been fitted, it seems the sisters aren't too happy with the wooden one either.
I think white would have been better. Hate to say it, but it's a white room with white tiles. Anyway, there's no wood.
Bloody Lucy.
I think it's better than the E equals WC squared or whatever.
Well, you said get 2, so...
Of course we meant 2 Tobias.
Oh, yeah, well, I did say, you know what, doesn't matter what I do, it's going to be wrong. Damned if you do and damned if you don't. Voila. There's the loose.
Well done, John.
Well done, John.
I've got a splashback on that one, isn't it? I'm going to have a beer.
He's going to have a beer.
All right.
He deserves one, but he can't go too mad. The first guests arrive in less than 48 hours. so everyone will need their wits about them if they're going to get this place ready on time. "400 miles east at Abbey de la Bouzier, Clive needs to lower the pond level to fit a new pump to the fountain. But despite finally plucking up the courage to get into the pond, pulling the plug doesn't appear to have made a great deal of difference.
It's not draining away. The pipe from the plug goes down into an aqueduct, and the aqueduct then runs into another aqueduct. No, not moving at all.
Beneath the Abbey, a network of 12th century aqueducts carry water around the estate. The pond water is supposed to drain out into the system too.
The problem is monks didn't leave me any plans, and so I don't know where it runs. Unless I go down into the aqueduct itself and have a look. Right, let's have a look. So this aqueduct, this runs from the River Arvot at the back of the building, comes all the way under reception, under the patio, and then right down to the lake.
Clive suspects a blockage somewhere is stopping the pond from draining out. And there's only one way to find out for sure.
Let's go caving. Oh. See you later.
Do you see anything?
Yes. Well, come down and have a look.
No, thanks.
Goes on for miles. We've got a pipe on the left. There's nothing up there.
Nothing at all. Not that I can see.
It takes me back to my old caving days, this does.
Time to get up. Time for Plan B.
Unfortunately for Clive, Plan B means he's going to have to get back into the pond.
And now I'm back to square one again.
Back at Chateau de la Bamenier, Billy's got the cherry picker up and running. But before venturing onto the roof to fix the chimney, he needs a safety harness.
One leg goes through there.
And squeezing into it is proving to be another unexpected challenge.
Oh, that's a bit tight. I feel like I'm in 50 Shades of Grey. You're all strapped up. I'm all strapped up. Right, good luck. See you when I'm back on Earth. See you later.
The cherry picker will need to be at its full stretch of 22 metres for Billy to reach the chimney.
It's pretty high up here, so I'm not looking forward to it. I think he'll be fine. He's quite good at this sort of thing. I'm absolutely terrified. How's the view up there, Billy? I can see England from here.
A quick inspection reveals the chimney is riddled with holes where the 200-year-old mortar has worn away.
If you look at the size of the gap, I mean, I can put my hand in it, so it's a big old gap, and that's where all the smoke's coming out. Just don't look down.
Filling joints in masonry with mortar like this is called pointing.
I've never done this before, so it should be all right. Going up about 20 metres and whacking a bit of cement in an hole. It's not the sort of thing you imagine when you buy a chateau, but but you got to do these things. This beats a 9-to-5 job back in England. It does.
Bit scary, but as long as he's confident up there, it's all right. I wouldn't do it myself, though.
Nice pointing, Billy. After nearly 2 hours on the roof, he's just about done.
Have you managed to finish it then? Yeah, it's all done. Oh, brilliant. Hold on. Let's go down. Oh, I don't like that noise, do you? Well done, Billy.
Yay!
You're braver than us. I am. You nutter.
All that's left to do now is test Billy's pointing by lighting the wood burner.
It's working.
Yeah, the smoke's coming out the chimney.
Yeah, well done, guys.
It's worked. Gwendolyn, Billy and Michael can heat the chateau for free. But the work doesn't stop here. there's still lots to do before they're ready to welcome their first guests.
They're coming in 3 weeks in this house where we live at the moment, so we need to get out of it and get it ready.
We've got to move in 3 weeks, so there's a lot to do.
In Burgundy, Abbey de la Bouzier is a high-end luxury hotel that welcomes guests from all over the world. So a blocked pond and a broken fountain simply won't do. Having failed to find the mystery blockage in the 12th century drains, British owner Clive is going to tackle it from the pond side instead.
Got a jet wash gun. I'm hoping that this instrument here, the Python, which you attach onto here, I'm hoping it's going to clear off. So that's what we're hoping.
It means Clive will have to get back in the pond, and the hotel's general manager, Michael, has come along for moral support.
Oh, I've just got a wet groin. It's cold.
But just when he seems to be making headway...
That trips itself out. Oh, is it? Looks like we might have fused the whole Abbey. 2 different plugs it's not working on.
So now plan B's out the window, it's time to improvise.
If plan C doesn't work, you start plan D, E, F and G, and eventually you'll get there.
Plan C is a good old-fashioned drain rod.
See, what do you do this afternoon? I spent my afternoon rodding. Can you hear that? Cracked it. That must be calcium.
Using the rods, Clive's managed to dislodge a build-up of calcium or lime scale in the pipes about 4 metres between the pond and the aqueduct.
My wife's got me on a detox. But I reckon tonight deserves a good glass of wine.
Blockage removed, finally the water begins to drain away.
If you want a comfortable life, don't buy an Abbey.
An hour later, the water level has dropped enough to fit the new pump. So it's back into the pond one last time.
Fuse number 19. There we go. So we haven't electrified the fish. Hey! I knew we'd get there. Doesn't that look good? That's my mini Geneva. That's quite powerful. Cool.
It's a good thing Clive got the fountain fixed. Because tomorrow, some very special guests are due to arrive.
They're flying in by helicopter, which is going to be an amazing start. He wants to propose to his girlfriend. So the best thing that we can do is just sort of make it as special as possible. So that's the plan.
"400 miles away in the Loire Valley, it's the final day getting the 9-bedroom holiday gîte, Chateau de Bois-Giraud, set up for the holiday season. And sisters Marion and Tanya need to get the whole place tidied before the team of local carpet cleaners arrive in an hour.
I've done enough jobs, Mum.
Oh, look at you.
One of Marion's last jobs is to check on the chateau cellar. She wants to check that weeds aren't growing in the only available patch of sunlight down there.
You get things growing up and through the grate, and then they grow up there, and that turns into a bit of a jungle. But actually, the weed killer from last year looks like it's kind of done its thing.
These cool cellars would have been used for food storage in the days before fridges and freezers.
So these are apple juice. We were just obviously feeling brave, and then we all tried it, and we were all still alive. These are just empty bottles. I know, shame, they're all empty. I suppose you hang meat on these, don't you?
Upstairs, the carpet cleaners have arrived, which gives Tanya a chance to try out her French before she leaves.
You come in. Bed.
Just
Là, la moquette. Ah, super.
You want window?
Oui. Voilà, c'est ça. C'est ça. Voilà.
I get.
I speak no French. They speak a tiny bit of English, but we just resorted to sign language and noises. And that worked really well, actually.
The Chateau's 9 bedrooms all need to be done in time for the first paying guests, who arrive tomorrow.
It's not grand having the carpet cleaners in the day before, because it needs 24 hours for the carpets to dry. So it is going to be a rush today to get everything in.
It's the first time I use the machine.
And it's not her lucky day, as there's a problem with the carpet cleaning machine.
Stop working. We're already very, very short of time, and we really don't have time for a carpet cleaner that doesn't want to do its job. So we need this like a hole in the head. Now the boss for the cleaning company, for the carpet cleaner, has arrived. Come and had a look at it. So I'm hopeful that he can get it going. Let's hope the carpet cleaner listens to him and does as it's told.
Outside, the pool's hose has been left on overnight, and it's finally full of clean water. And Mary and John and the kids are all set to leave.
I should get my passport. Double check my passport.
Almost.
Where's my little day pack? Oh.
They won't be back until September,
Hi, John. See you later. Thanks for all your help. Thanks for your toilet seat.
which means the last few jobs are left for Tanya.
Have a good trip.
Back inside, there's some good news.
Oh, that's great.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Lovely. It seemed like some sort of blockage.
With the carpet cleaner back in the game, Tanya can do a task she always puts off to the end of her visit.
Oh, let's see what the flies are like.
One of the Chateau's en-suites seems to be a favourite residence for these little beasties.
Well, there are a few in there.
From bitter experience, we know every chateau has flies, and anyone who says they don't is telling porkies.
Just run it and hope for the best. That isn't going down properly, or very slowly, that I'm going to have to dismantle under here, and that'll probably have flies in it. See what we got. Not really very nice. So, owning a chateau isn't glamorous. Anyone who thinks it is delusional.
Yeah, but what a wonderful place to live.
But that's us done for now in here.
Tanya's got to leave in less than an hour to make her ferry. So it's a good thing the carpet cleaners have finished their business.
Ça va. It's come up, I'd say, almost as good as new.
It's good for you?
It's very good, thank you.
And after a few last jobs, some simpler than others,
Heating. So now I have to press the circle button.
Chateau de Bois-Jarreau is finally ready, just about on time.
It is hard and it's stressful getting out, but it's all done.
When the guests arrive tomorrow to enjoy this magnificent chateau, they'll never even know Tanya, her sister and their families had ever been here. Next time, Gwen, Billy and Michael race to get the chateau ready to move into.
This stuff absolutely stinks.
But Michael goes AWOL.
Michael!
Clive and Tanith find playing Cupid
He wants to propose to his girlfriend, so he's asked us to help him.
is easier said than done.
I need to very discreetly get the gentleman on his own, just in case of loitering with intent.
Things fall apart for a novice builder.
OK, gently let it down.
And whilst bargain hunting at a brocante,
Oh, I love it.
It's so wrong.
Angel finds it hard to stay focused.
What do you fancy?
You.
Oh, you're so full of twaddle. Come on.